Good morning, VeeFriends. Let me get my mic a little closer to me. Let's do that. Good morning, VeeFriends. This is the Daily Comic Show live. I'm DJ Coffman, the cartoonist here at VeeFriends, working on the daily comic strip. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy VeeCon week. Get into talking about that in a minute. First up, today's agenda. We're going to draw some comics live here. We're going to open up some minis. Oh, I should go live on TikTok as well. There we go. All right, we're live on Instagram. Good morning, Instagram. YouTube. Good morning, Helmet. Green Dog over on X. Jonathan Ashbrook. Good morning. We're going to draw some comics live here. I'm going to open up some of these minis. They're the pencil toppers. I'm going to do a warm-up sketch. And, you know, it's a stream. Talk about life and stuff, stream of consciousness as I'm drawing. If you're new or not new, just say hi in the chat as you're coming or going, and I'll be here for the next 90 minutes or so. And I just want to say thanks for reading, watching, and engaging with the stream here. If you're not familiar with VeeFriends, VeeFriends is over 280 characters, new characters, with the mission to make positivity louder, make soft skills cool, gratitude, kindness, patience, put out more, good stuff in the world. Also, like, here's Accountable Ant here, talking about accountability. Alpha Alligator. Who knows? Maybe I'll drop some alpha this morning. You never know. That's what people come to these streams for, I guess. VeeFriends was created by Gary Vaynerchuk. But you might know him as Gary V. And that's why there's the V in VeeFriends. He put the V in VeeFriends. These are his creations. He drew every single one originally. We have the trading card game, which is awesome. We've got the minis, which I'm about to open the first mini of the day. They're collectible little pencil topper sort of things. Erasers, stress relievers. And then we have VeeCon this week. So VeeCon tickets are still available. August 9th through 11th, I'll be out there. You can meet me at the Veecon booth. The VeeFriends booth at the Friends Fest area. Those are my official times that I'll be there. But I'll be hanging around. As a matter of fact, I'll probably do some chill and draw sessions. I've refilled some of my markers. I'm going to bring some art supplies. Just if I'm feeling it. If you're feeling it and I'm feeling it, we might bust out some artwork together. And also comics trivia. So make sure you're reading the comics over on VeeFriends.com. VeeFriends.com. Up here in the corner, there's Comic Corner. You can read all the archives. I'll have the rest of the archives up till the last couple weeks. It's been not on there, it seems. But we've got the entire archive on here. And I've got some comic trivia questions. And listen, they're only 4-panel comic strips, There's not a whole lot to memorize, but just kind of read them. And, it might be something like, what is on Alert Abe's mug? Alert Ape's mug. What is on his mug? Usually it says stay alert. And if you win, I'll have some things to give away. I'll be collecting some things to give away as well while I'm out there. Maybe the cards team will give me some cool stuff. So let's go ahead and open up the first mini of the day. These minis are the collectibles. I'm looking for detailed versions like this Passionate Parrot here, or this Karma Kiwi little fella. I saw Gary cracking these with his teeth. I'm not going to do that. It's a choking hazard, I think. I don't know. Alright, let's see who's in here. We've got a Emerald Patient Pig. Let's throw him on. I'm going to check the chat as you guys are in there, so feel free to leave any questions or whatnot that you might have. But good morning. We're going to start it off with some Patient Pig on the pencil here today. Let's just get the focus. There we go. I like that. Glows in the dark as well. I've never glowed them in the dark, but you know, try. All right, let's get into some drawing. This is the warm-up section. I should set my timers. This is always a reminder to myself to set these timers. We'll turn off these plugs and we'll reset the stream a little bit later. We'll open up some more of these minis. I'll have you vote on them. I open up five per stream. They're pretty cool. Morning, Rocky. See you soon. I got your cards. I've got your sketch cards. Everybody that's waiting on sketch cards, I've got them. They're all done. All of them are done, except for one that I just forgot about this morning, actually. So, all right, warm-ups. Let's go. If you have a favorite VeeFriend you'd like to see in the warm-up, hey, King Maka, what's up? Craig's gonna open up 5 of these. What are sketch cards? Well, I can't really show you. I can't show you, actually, because where are they? Oh, no. Well, those are the gifts. That's not the same. Let's just get rid of that. While I have this up, if you're responding with anybody on Giphy with a GIF, you can search at VeeFriends and find a lot of the animated GIFs from the comic strip. So we've got a lot of different characters here that are animated. We don't talk about this enough, but we got tons. Like there's hundreds, maybe 1,000 VeeFriend animated GIFs that you can use, like this persistent penguin here flipping over the coffee in the morning. Or this was one of my favorites, like burn it. Friends for life. These are so good. Anyways, the sketch cards are I don't think I have it bookmarked. Maybe I do. Oh boy, I do. Look at that. Let's get in there. These are just things I do at conventions or for people on the stream sometimes. So if you're hanging out, I tried to, we did Tremendous Tiger card once. They're starting to collect the drawings that I've done. I did these bar sketches at the wine event. And there's many more out there that aren't on this page, but that's what they kind of look like. Just a little extra. I like to do it just because it makes me feel good to give something back besides the comics. So this is the warm-up. Let's get into it. Yesterday was Loyal Lobster. We have Aspiring Alpaca, Gutsy Gecko, Kindred Kangaroo. Show them Craig's. Craig, I'll show them real quick. We're just hanging out here. Craig's would be, he's over in the Instagram chat as Stop It's Hammer Time. This is Craig's Gary B. I partially drew that in Cleveland. I think I finished it up in Cleveland. Might have sketched it out ahead of time a little bit. Yeah, there's a high demand for those, but honestly, I gotta probably dial it back a little bit. There's a lot of people messaging, wanting to buy them. They're not for sale. You can't really buy them. You can't really buy them at all, ever, unless you buy them from a person that I gave them to, which would make me sad if they sold them. You know, I'd be like, oh, all right. But it would also make me happy. Someone asked how I would feel about that, and I was like, I don't care if you sell the artwork that I've given you, because to me it's like, if you can make a couple bucks and pay for something that you need, then that makes me feel good too. So I like that. All right, we've been sketching with some purple. Let's get in here. I forgot to show you the character of the day that I'm doing. Someone said Bombastic Baboon in the chat, so I'm going to throw him up over here, and we're just going to sketch out how I do. I'm on a different layer here, and I'll just sketch out really lightly the shapes. He's got some like Wolverine looking hair. We're going to get that head down. Don't want him to be just, I Don't want him to be just standing. And actually, we've had a lot of characters going this way. I'm going to try to have him going this way, if that makes sense. Let's do that. So in this, I'm just doing the composition. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Wednesday, VeeCon week. A lot of people are already out there. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna get into some drawing here. I'll check the chats though too. I'll take little breaks, open up those minis, and we'll get going. I didn't open up my TikTok chat. I'm sorry, TikTok. Not many people watching on TikTok. I'd rather everybody go to the new YouTube channel as well. If you go to VeeFriends.com YT Comics, VeeFriends.com/YT Comics. That's the new YouTube channel for the comics, and we're doing animations there. We'll take a look at it in a little bit after I'm done with this guy. This is Bombastic Baboon. Now, another thing I'll do when I'm drawing is like think of the character traits. So bombastic, like what's it mean to be bombastic? Is it good or bad? Like, do you need to be bombastic? Is it a bad trait? Sometimes you need a little, you know. So that's how I start my sketches, by the way. Occasionally people will ask, like, that doesn't look like anything. And I'm like, bro, just give me a second. It's how I do my poses, really. Just give it a sec. It'll turn into magic here in a minute. What's that looking like? Okay. I'm trying to get my chats so I can just glance up and see them. Cool. Yeah, so these streams are just really chill. I'm going to be trying to do them most Mondays through Fridays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Brandon, wish you could be there, but work gets busy. What do you do for work, Brandon? If you don't mind me asking. So the thing about, I used to do the same thing, man. I used to work my tail off at some other jobs, which will remain nameless right now. But I would never really, I was so busy and I couldn't take time off, but I'm like, it's a weekend show. I just started to say, forget it, man. I gotta go. I gotta go be where the people I want to, the energy I want is. So I would start I would book, in that case, Comic-Cons. You know, I would book more Comic-Cons. Then when I got into YouTube and making content, I started to go to Vid Summit, you know, through work. But also, after I didn't work at that place anymore, I still bought my own ticket, because even if I was really busy, I'm like, I'm gonna make it work somehow. What character was painting? Oh, it was Gratitude Gorilla was painting those comics will come out next week, or you'll see some of them at VeeCon. So I'm trying to, like, the comics aren't coming out this week, just so we can get ahead. It's really interesting that the cards don't have hands, but then the other poses do. I'm always keeping, one thing I always look at when I'm drawing one of the characters for the first time, this is the first time I've drawn Bombastic Baboon here, is I'm counting the fingers. I know that's really weird. And I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to it, really, but some of the characters have some of the characters have 5 fingers and some of them have 4 or 3 fingers, you know, 3 fingers, 1 thumb. And I don't know why. I think it was just very random. I don't think Gary had anything to do with that. I think the original character designers were just kind of randomly doing it. But I like to try to make up my own reasons as to why some of the characters have 5 fingers and or not, just because I'm using my my imagination. You can't go wrong with a peace sign. He's got these little dashes. You notice I oftentimes will draw the body too first, because the faces are pretty fun to do, but you got to really capture that. You have to capture that pose or that energy. He's got some like Wolverine looking hair here. So yeah, hope to see some of you at VeeCon. That'll be fun. Really looking forward to it. Yeah, Arthur. It's really small on my screen. That's exactly right. I capture the impression, or what we call the gesture. Gesture sketching. Maybe I'll do a little bit more of that in a second. But now that and then I start to learn the characters too. So there's characters I could definitely draw from memory very well now. Also, I'm looking at the way his eyes are. He has very unique VeeFriends eyes. There's not a lot of VeeFriends eyes with like sideways eyes here. Also, his nose is a little bit different than the other monkeys, the other apes that we have. Kind of like that. I like that he's got different shaped eyes. Bombastic baboon. Trying to think of good. I always try to think of good things and bad things. I mean, I know what bad bombastic is. It's just like, could be a little bit too loud or boisterous, or dropping bombs, shock jock sort of mentality. But good bombastic might be like getting the party going. Like it's almost like, there we go. He's like flying on his vine here. What do I got? 2 minutes. 2 minutes left in this warm up. Sometimes I'll, I don't just stick to the poses that we have. I'm free to make new expressions and whatnot. He's bombastic baboon, so he's like, when he shows up, it's like explosions. We've got some character bios for the different characters. I should look them up too, but usually I just kind of go with what's on the website here and go with version 2. Version 1, when I say version 1, I mean version 1s were Gary drawing them first, kind of more of a simplistic style. Don't make fun of Gary's artwork, be mad. But Bombastic Bamboo looked like that, version 1. So the version 1 collectibles that came out, the NFTs, digital collectibles, whatnot, looked like that. And then version 2 came out on the trading cards. So we've got the trading cards. Just to kind of describe a little bit about VeeFriends, because I know there's some people here watching that don't know what this is and they're just chilling out. VeeFriends trading card game is here. So they're all different types of cards that you can play with, and just like your standard trading card games, there are different stats and things on there. We've got the Fanatics live stream that's always on. They do gameplay streams. They do pack open, or what they call breaking. They break packs. They open up packs on the streams live. It's really fun to watch. Also very addicting, so be careful. Be careful there. Be careful, it gets really addicting. And then these minis here, let's open up these minis are seasons 1 and 2 of these minis. There's a rarity. So the emeralds and the lavas are pretty. Emeralds and lavas are pretty standard. This is a lava, or this is an emerald. I mean, we're looking for detailed versions. Gold, diamond. Diamond looks like this. That's an aspiring alpaca diamond. Detailed versions look like this. And I need your help choosing. Where did they go? Oh my gosh. These things escape really easily. But we got these two. We'll do green versus orange in the chat. Green versus orange in the chat. Make sure I'm gonna wait a couple seconds. Just because I know. Green versus orange. Let's go. Let's go. Ready? All right. Okay, they're starting to come in now. Orange. Orange. Green. Green. Green on TikTok. All right. Going over to the YouTube chat. Green, green. All right, green it is. It's a green kind of day. Again, I saw Gary opening these with his teeth. I'm not going to do that. I feel like that would, I almost choked on a fly the other day. I'm not going to die by mini. If I inhale a mini and die, that would not be good. All right, we got a slaying slug. His eye's a little wonk. Look at that. His eye's a little bit wonk. He's like, wah. I like him though. I think he's gonna beat Patient Pig off. I like the Slaying Slug. So we're gonna replace the mini, and we'll get into some more drawing here, and we'll take another little mini break here in a moment. What do we got? I want a. Hold on one second. Where that other mini went off to. I feel like, oh, he's right up there. Okay. Maybe not. Never mind. Let's get back to drawing. So there was our bombastic baboon for the day. He's got this fur. Uh-oh. There we go. Let's move him down with his other friends. Kind of position him. I'd like to take a look. We might do something with these, in the future too. Who knows? They could become stickers, or they could become, if we like the pose, I just use them as reference. Go back and look at the other weeks that I've done. Hungry Hammerhead, Practical Peacock, Clever Crocodile, Likeable Leopard, Amped II, Hustling Hamster, Creative Crab, Tolerant Tuna, Respectful Raccoon. Right, there's a whole bunch we've done. Stoic Slime, it's one of my favorites. As a stoic myself. Warm up stickers, that's right. It could be. Who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my Wi-Fi actually. Well, it is off, okay. IG keeps kicking you. Well, check out the YouTube. By the way, let's get into more drawing. got some stuff to do today here. Warm up was fun. Again, this is the Daily Comics Show. I'm drawing the comic strip. VeeCon is this week. I'm also funneling people into the new YouTube channel. We have a new YouTube channel just for VeeFriends Comics. That's a shortcut that'll get you there. VeeFriends.com/YTComics. We've got some animations over there to look at. We've got a bunch of shorts happening, animated shorts. There's a brand new one out today, right? I think. Oh. All the streams will live here, and there's no audio on this, but you can definitely see that we basically take the best comics and animate them. So you'll be able to do that. Watch those there. We're going to have plenty more of those. And a couple other surprises over on the new YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed there. Appreciate you. And hope to see you at VeeCon this weekend. So let's get back to drawing. Not today. We're working on something for next week. So I was just drawing the bombastic baboon. Here we're working on something that's very similar to the three wise monkeys. And I'm going to go back and open up my reference sheet. And I'm working on the monkeys one by one here. Make that small. Hope everybody's having a chill Wednesday. Having a good time. How am I doing? Good. I'm doing great. Thanks. Huh, you can't see the live chat responses on YouTube. I see other people chatting over there on YouTube. I don't know why. Okay, I see the icons. But yeah, we're definitely going to be doing more streams over on the YouTube channel. So if you're enjoying the comics, and you know, sometimes I can't really drop news here or anything like that, but I like to talk more about the character development, things like that. I can talk about that. You know, we can talk about what characters are kind of hitting and what are not. Maybe how we're thinking about the characters overall. This is offense-oriented orangutan. I'm just kind of getting his pencils in. So we're doing a see no, you know, see no, hear no, speak no evil sort of three wise monkeys. I'm gonna sketch this out. So I'm in the pencil stage right now. Just talking through this. Next week will be Gratitude Gorilla Week. So we are talking about all things gratitude. I'm not really happy with this sketch layer, to be honest with you. I'm gonna leave it though. I'm gonna work through it. Sometimes, you know, I'm not perfect, so if I don't really like what I'm drawing here, you gotta just not erase it and just work through it. And ironically, the ones that I struggle with sometimes, or I redraw them, or I'm like, oh, I hate this one, or you know, the artwork's not coming out right. If you're an artist, you understand exactly what I mean. Ironically, the ones that I struggle with are the ones that I think no one's gonna like, are the ones that really pop off. It's the weirdest. It is the weirdest thing, you know. So I'm just gonna get. I think I could basically go to inks on this one. I just want to make sure I get the main, you know, ideas down. We gotta have his Gary signatures. This needs to be a little bit more than a W. Right. If you have a favorite VeeFriend that you're vibing with and you haven't said in the past, tell me which one you like. Which accessory is the iPad in? This is called a Sketchboard Pro. I don't know if you could see it written there, but Sketchboard Pro. It basically just keeps it at a slant. I can also just unplug it and take it with me. You know, it's a little. Take it to the couch. It's gonna be like peeking with one. I want it to be kind of peeking. You shouldn't be completely blind. So this is the See-No Evil. I have issues with Nomad Sculpt. I never heard of that. What is that? Neo Koi Prince on TikTok is talking art. Sometimes we'll get some artists dropping in and we'll start talking about art. Orangutan Beast Band collaboration, that would be cool. I like it. Should we drop like fake alpha? That would be funny. If I just go like fake alpha, Beast, He-Man, offense oriented orangutan, Masters of the V universe. Of course, Gary and I, lots of people in the community were big, 80s toys fans. Like we grew up playing with He-Man and G.I. Joe, and we're definitely. I really can't wait for people to watch the cartoon that's coming out. We've got a good theme song. Gary wanted a theme song. Theme song gets stuck in my head. I hope it'll get stuck in your head at some point. It's stuck in my head right now. I can't sing it though. So, I don't even know if it's official. But like He-Man had a song, and like the theme song. G.I. Joe had a theme song. Hey Belle, good morning. Over on TikTok. 322 watching right now. Thanks for watching. This is the VeeFriends daily comic strip. I'm drawing right now a version of the Three Wise Monkeys. So in the center here, by the way, these blocks are just kind of usually the 4-panel, but I'm going to make it into a 3-panel because it'll slide, like to do that occasionally. And in the very center will be Moral Monkey. He's been in the comic strip before. If you read the comics, he's the one with the banana phone and the yellow the crazy yellow eyes, the big ears. So I thought it's probably a good monkey to have in the middle. He's the monkey in the middle. Oh crap, that's a good one. I gotta write that down real quick. Monkey in the middle. Meet me in the middle. Monkey in the middle. Perfect. People ask me where ideas come from, and sometimes it just comes out of thin air like that. Monkey in the middle. Wow. Okay. Maybe that's the next children's book. I don't know. favorite is the Eager Eagle. Check it out. I actually drew an Eager Eagle sketch card. Is it on here? Yeah, it's on here. That went to a kid named Connor. There's an Eager Eagle. Oh, there's another Eager Eagle actually on the. That one was given away on the stream, the Fanatics live stream. Also, I forgot to change the graphic, but he's right up here, flying, right there. He's flying right at me. Eager Eagle. I'm DJ, by the way. I draw the daily comic strip here at VeeFriends. Hang out. Kind of stream of consciousness sometimes while you're drawing as an artist. Sometimes, you know, I've learned how to speak out loud as I'm drawing and kind of still scan the chats and say hello to everybody. Helmet. Neo. He's got jaundice, I know. I know. He's got to lay off that. It's a hard life for the moral monkey. Is there a challenge I can do for a sketch card? Zach, are you going to VeeCon? No. Zach, I know you're a regular on the streams. I don't know. I need to dial it back a little bit. I get too enthusiastic about. I'm like, I want everybody gets a sketch card. Then I'm like, but what I really need to do is get a couple weeks ahead on the comic strip, you know. And then if I can get a couple weeks ahead on the comic strip, then I could have some more time. It's like that should be my whatchamacallit. My goal. Get a couple weeks ahead on the comic strip, and then I can fool around with some more sketch cards. I can't see your location, yeah. But what character do you like, Zach? By the way, yeah, thanks for, like Craig mentioned, thanks for watching. I see you're in here a lot. And always supportive of VeeFriends. Any recommendations for a stylus for an iPad 5th generation? iPad 5th generation. So I've been doing drawing on my iPad. It's a 5th generation. Only 6th generation and after can use the. Well, I'm going to tell you my advice would be to get a used iPad. Invest in a used iPad that takes the regular Apple Pencils. You're talking maybe just a couple $100 on a used iPad. Facebook Marketplace. I'm not sure where you're at in the world, JW, but if you can, just save up and get yourself a used iPad. They work great. I mean, you're on an old school iPad, so you know they last forever. But yeah, I was never able to. I always started with iPad Pro, so I wouldn't really know the brands of. I just stick with Apple Pencil. It's the best. We go from there. This will be Moral Monkey in the middle. And I actually do have to draw his face first because he has quite a big, you know, jaw or mouth or whatever. Let's do that. Same goes for the parents that ask, like, what's a good starter drawing thing, and I'm just like, just go in for the iPad. You don't need to buy the brand new iPads. You don't. They're actually very well made. So like the old iPads are working fantastic for drawing. Procreate costs $10 and there's no subscription. So I'm in the Procreate app, and I still know some people that are working on the very first iPad Pro. They're still drawing on it. So I would just say be patient and try to, instead of investing too much in the old stuff, try to save and invest in some of the new stuff. You know, the newer stuff. But you can still buy used, you know, one generation back or whatever. I'm trying to get my old iPad that broke. The charging port stopped taking a charge. So I'm getting that fixed. But I upgraded. And the cool thing about it is, you know, I'm going to be able to take that old iPad and still sell it for a few $100. You know, or gift it to one of the drawing club members, maybe. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. So he's going to have a finger in his ear. Plugging his ear. Just saw Gary doing this too. Putting his finger, like, don't listen to the noise out there. I can't wait to ink this one up. Not my first rodeo drawing monkeys. I once drew a lot of monkeys. Monkey Man Unleashed comic book years ago. Kind of want him to be smiling. Cool. Blink. So this is kind of in this whole see no, hear no, speak no is kind of an exercise that you should do also every morning. I always say, instead of turning on the news first thing in the morning and seeing and hearing a lot of negative stuff, try to do the opposite. Try to open up a book, read a book, listen to a positive podcast or audio book. Don't hang around with negative friends who are just going to complain in the morning about things. It's probably, especially in the morning, because if you fill your day in the morning with healthy stuff, probably goes for food too. I should probably I don't really eat a lot in the morning, but I could eat some healthier stuff during the day. But the stuff that you put in your body, whether it's food or information, really kind of can set your tone for your day or the activity. What's going on with eraser brush? Come on. There we go. All right. Really sets the tone for your day. We sent, can't wait to see you, man. My man, got a little package for you. Gonna keep it in my clear bag. Don't forget the clear bag policy, VeeCon. VeeCon clear bag policy. Make sure you follow it. They are going to enforce it heavily. You forgot the full name, but the zombie was one of them. That would be motivated. Oh no, zombie. Let's look him up. Actually, having a brain. I'm thinking motivated monster, but you're talking about the Halloween character zombie. That would be I was gonna say zealous zombie. He's missing a shoe here. Hang out on the streams. You never know. There'll probably be chances to do some stuff in the future to get some of those sketch cards, but it's in demand. I appreciate it. I appreciate that people enjoy them, and it brings some joy to people. That's all. That makes me feel really good. I think it's worth more than if someone was like, I'll pay you $500 to draw a card for me. I think the joy that it's going to give you is the price. That's That means more to me than money. Money's kind of a weird thing. I was just talking to somebody this morning on Facebook early on, and they're complaining. That's the thing. If you go on the social media in the morning, man, that's all it is my feed is full of like, can you believe this? And rah 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 rah. And then, you know, I'm reading it, so I'm like, but I have to consume, you know, I have to kind of be out there looking at things, because I can't just be in a cave and drawing comic strips. I gotta understand the world and be in there and see what people are talking about, and not be like I'm not the moral monkey morality police or anything like that, but I need to be like moral monkey and kind of not listen to it, but I need to know that it's there, take it in, understand where people are coming from. A little bit of this, a little bit of empathy, instead of just trashing people. But yeah, there are some situations and I see them, but anyways, we're talking about, actually I can talk vaguely about this, but when you have a thing that you like a comic book, let's say you have a favorite comic book, and then the author of the book gets into some scandal or something like that, and then it makes you not like the comic anymore, or not like the music, or whatever it could be. I'm talking very vaguely here. And there was like how awful this person was. They got all this money, and then they would flaunt it and say like, I'm rich and I could do what I want, and we got to talking about like money kind of makes you, it amplifies who you really were inside. It amplifies you. So if you were sad and you got a lot of money, then you're just more sad. Isn't that crazy? If you were sad and like hustling and unhappy, then you're more unhappy with the more money you make. It's weird. But if you were a nice, kind person and you made more money, then you're probably going to donate a lot of things, and like you're like, oh, I have more to give. Like, that's cool. I like that. I vibe with that. I need more of those minifigures on my desk. Oh man, you can't see the rest of my desk. It's a mess right now, but there's a ton. There's everybody. Like, there's, like, listen, I'm just gonna grab a handful right now. I got these. Oh, did I switch the screen? Look at that. I got these guys. I got minis. I got like detailed minis over here. There's a whole pile next to my desk that I just keep going. Just like a pile of them. And I've got big ones and small ones, and I'm surrounded by VeeFriends, which is really good. So the early on messaging from VeeFriends, it got served to me on YouTube from when Gary first launched VeeFriends, and he's like, if we could just get people to hang out with these characters and think about these traits, how much better the world would be, or your world would be. And it's true. I get to hang out with these characters all day and all night in my dreams, and yeah, it's like digging through a toy bin. It is like digging through a toy bin. Got a question about career in art. Oh, okay. Let me go back to that one. That's a whole. I'm definitely disappointed. I'll go to school. Sweet. Career in art. Ooh. I need a little more context, but I always had cartoon tunnel vision, so I was always going to do it no matter what. But if there's someone out there that's just starting, my advice for artists is to just start doing Don't wait for someone else's permission. Keep it with legal, you don't want to be like copyright infringement or anything like that, but start producing something of your own as a good portfolio in and of itself. People go to college. Let's see here. I want to see something real quick. Thought I had a green one. It's gone. That was my alarm for a new mini. We're trying to beat the slaying slug with the wonky melting eyeball off of this. So, orange or yellow in the chat. And then we'll get back to talking about the career in comics thing, or career, art career. Creative career. I'm just going to make it very vague, so if you want to do anything creative, I got an answer for that, I think. Waiting. You're going to want to do orange or yellow. Cowabunga-chan is in the chat. Over there. I'm waiting on orange or yellow, guys. Orange or yellow. What do we got? Orange. Here they come. Alright, here they come. I'm waiting on the delay to catch up. Orange or yellow. Okay. There we go. Yellow, orange, yellow. Anybody on TikTok? Oh, Ladybug yellow. It's yellow. It is. Ladybug put it over the top. Ladybug, thanks for joining the Daily Drawing Club. Hope you enjoy it. It's pretty simple. There's a prompt that comes out every morning. Keep you drawing. Exercises, stuff like that. Good. I'm glad. It's a good community too. Get on the Discord over there. I don't like to plug it too much here, but they're fine if I do. But oh, look, I smelled it because this is a Boss Bobcat bubblegum. They smell like bubblegum. I think Boss Bobcat definitely beats the weird slaying slug there with the melting eyeball. We got it. Put her on this. The Boss Bobcats. Great. Okay. We'll get back to the other ones in a little bit. Let's draw the bombastic baboon. He's going to be again, just kind of look him up. He's going to be the say no evil kind of version of the Three Wise Monkeys. So our Three Wise Monkeys are offensive or oriented orangutan, moral monkey, and bombastic baboon. Which, say no evil would be like, ha, for bombastic. Sometimes you're bombastic and you just say whatever comes out of your mouth. For good or bad, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but oftentimes it hurts people's feelings and stuff. Anyways, the question was about art career, and there was no other context given, just any tips for career in art. And I just said, I'm going to say this for anything creative, YouTube, anything that you're doing, just start. Don't wait. Whatever level you're at, just put out your own stuff and start putting it out there, and don't look at the numbers, because you got to put the reps in. You got to put the work in to the whatever you're doing. My YouTube friends will say you need like 1,000 hours of videos or something like that before you get good or decent enough. Comic book people will say you need 1,000 pages of comics before you're worth being published. I mean, it's not like a hard and fast rule, but it's true. It's true. I would say I had to draw at least 1,000 pages before I was good enough to be published. But that's the thing, is that if you start putting yourself out there, that's how the work finds you, really. If I were to make myself available, or if I was available, and even if I didn't, when I didn't work for VeeFriends, it'd probably be crazier now. I do get a lot of requests from like other things that are similar to VeeFriends, like, hey, will you draw our project? Or I'm like, I don't know what kind of magical person you think I am, but drawing a daily comic strip is quite a lot of work. So this is my full-time jam. But if I were out there putting myself out on LinkedIn, you know, go where the attention is, like Gary says. Make sure your art is in the mix, in the conversation. Whether it's a comic strip or cartoons or whatever, make sure that you're in the conversation. Wherever the conversations are happening, you need to be in the conversation. So there's all different types of ways to do that. You know, just drawing like a portfolio and putting it up online and saying like, here's my samples of my work. That's old. That's not going to work anymore. So the artists that I see in my club that are struggling with that and getting paid work, that's why. They're still thinking the old way. You got to think the new way. Right? So that's my advice. I got this job at VeeFriends because I was ready. You know, I was pretty much ready to do it. I stayed ready. Even though I had like a day job and whatever, I was still ready to go. And I didn't hesitate. I went right to the live stream, started live streaming my, basically what essentially was my submission for the VeeFriends strip, and away we go. I'm going to put his hand over his mouth, his little hands over his mouth here. I just wanted to draw his whole face. So that's my advice. Don't wait. There's a, if you watch this stream, you know I'm a big Pearl Jam fan. On Eddie Vedder had a record, a ukulele record, and on the record was carved like, don't delay, start today. Learn to play. And I was like, that's just stuck with me. Especially like, you know, being a stoic and all, we don't know how many days we got. We don't know what kind of thing life's going to throw at you. Even if you have a long life, which I hope all of you do, are you going to regret when you're 80? And I know these dudes. Like, I know I like to hang out. Well, I don't like to hang out, but when I hang out and talk to old people, usually the guys that I'm hanging out with are full of regret. And, you know, they're like, man, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. So you just gotta go, today's the day, man. Start your shit up. Oops, I swore. Oh, man. Darn it. Need a curse jar. Trying to watch my language, you know? Well, he doesn't have I want his hands to be on his mouth, so we're zoning out there. Zoning out. A little bit. Yeah, you gotta start it up, man. Sitting around thinking about it. I think I told Gary this story too. People say like, how long were you following Gary? And I was like, well, I was following Gary for a long time. I had all of his books, you know, because I was in marketing. And had all of his books and watched the Daily V and all that stuff. And then one time he just had this like series of content where he's like, stop watching me, unsubscribe to me, and just go and do it. You know what to do. I'm going to keep repeating myself. And I was like, and it made me like, okay, fine. I will. You don't want me to watch your videos anymore? I'm going to go. And he's right. So I was like, he's right. Like, I gotta start doing stuff. I'm watching another video about getting amped up. I gotta start doing it. So I unsubscribed to him. I unsubscribed to quite a few others that I was watching at the time. And I just got to work on my stuff that I was working on at the time. So that's some more advice there. I got to get one of the off-brand styluses. I'm not sure on the off-brand styluses, Ladybug. I just don't know. I'm sure that there's good videos on YouTube that you could say like an alternative to Apple Pencil, like alternative Apple Pencil. You could probably find something, but I don't know. I said on Eddie Vedder's record on his ukulele album, it said, "Don't delay." It's carved into the vinyl real small. Don't delay. Start today. And it's in his handwriting too, so I was like, that's cool. Start today. Learn to play. And I took that as like, because he also had like a ukulele chart where you could learn to play, like learn the chords. And I think that was the context that he was saying it. But I think this learn to play was what really stuck out at me, because it's like we forget to have fun. When you're a kid, you can go out and have a lot of fun, and you know what the feeling of play is like. But the older we get, even like right into like middle school or whatever, there's adults going like, rah, rah, rah. You can't do this, you can't do that. So but I like the don't delay, because you just don't know, man. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. I have these coins around. That's why I got a lot of skulls and stuff like that. Memento mori, I'm a stoic, so you never know if this could be your last day. You might walk outside and a meteor might crash on you. I hope that doesn't happen, but what are you doing? And then I got another coin that says, this one's a little harder to read. Let's see. It's like, oh, come on, get in focus here. Worrying is like paying a debt you don't owe. So I started collecting these like fidgets, like worry coins. I can't spin them good. They're heavy, and I can't really do the tricks. But it's funny because it's not the basic art. It's not the basic advice. If an artist comes to me and they're like, "How do I get paying gigs?" Well, everything I just said. Don't delay. Stop thinking about it. Start doing it. Don't think about it. Be about it. That's my advice. Too much talking, not enough walking. I just made that up. That sounded good. Brendan said, I don't think people realize that it takes hours to draw these. Most of the time, I would imagine. Yeah. The other cool thing about Procreate is, let's just go back to, say, even this comic was pretty simple, right? And II showing up. We can go back and hit canvas, and I can go canvas information. And this one took me 5 hours and 33 minutes. Now, that's not including the time that I walked away from it and came back, and maybe I did some of this on the stream, but the coloring and all that. That was a 5-hour one. What else? We'll go into the master board here. People like to see this sometimes, but you can go back. Originally, I was timing myself when I first started. So like this one took me 4 hours and 45 minutes. I was going pretty fast. This was for Gary. Originally one of the originals. But then this airport one took me 8 hours and 30 minutes. That was crazy. But I was just learning to draw the VeeFriends and stuff. So I can look around here. I know I put some numbers on these before, right? I thought I had numbers on. Oh, here we go. So I started to get my time up. Like this one took me 2 hours and 40 minutes. It was pretty easy, like no backgrounds. This one took me 3 hours and 27 minutes. This one was 4 hours, and it doesn't seem like there's just a lot more to detail, I guess. So I was tracking my time early on just to kind of get my speed up. But then occasionally, you'd get one that would be 5 hours, 51 minutes. The longest comic that ever was for me was the parent teacher strip. This one took me 16 hours, but I kept noodling around with all the details and like this parrot, like there's no reason to have that there, but it's cool. Like the parrot's sitting on a stack of books, just like listening in the background. We got Hudson Yards. She's building it with Legos. Like this is why, there's even little things like hidden in there, like the 5 Island sort of thing is on the globe. People didn't notice that. And now you know. There's a lot of little things I'll tuck in there and hide occasionally. What did I hide in here? The car is on its way. It's like way in the background coming. And this one was 10 hours. Usually the Sundays take about 10 hours, yeah. Yeah. There's a perception of like the pencils, inks, colors thing is funny. That it takes time, but this is the process, inking, coloring. I enjoy it. Other people are like, I can't imagine that. Well, I can't imagine building a house or putting a porch deck on or anything like that. Dominic asked, what are those pies for? So what we do is, or what we were doing, what we're still doing is, if the comic gets over 400 likes on Instagram, that's a trigger to us that it's a pie. We've baked a pie, 400 degrees, 400 likes. We've baked a pie. And then the ones that get pie will be turned into cartoons. So like this one pied. Oh wait, here I'll show a fresh one that pied. This one had pied a long time ago. It was the mom with the kid. And I believe that short is out on Instagram right now. Let me find one that's on. Let me find the Astronaut Week. Where is it? Astronaut Week. It was really hard because we weren't pieing. We were getting close. We got one there. Pizza means that it almost pied. 80% there. That one pied. But then we got to this one, the guy walking down the street. And then what we'll do is we'll take these comics and we will put them into the new. Here we go. So that comic is now animated. I can't really zoom in on that. Can I? Yeah, I can zoom in on that a little bit. So the animators take that and chop it up and maybe redraw a little bit of it and make it into animated shorts. There, I love this pizza thing. I got a funny story about the pizza too. So there's something that we found also doing the tracking like that at the data. We're getting into some nerd stuff now. Tracking the data like that, we realized faceless characters, people that don't have faces. So, this week of comics with Be the Bigger Person didn't really perform well. And when I talked to people, they were like, it just doesn't have a face. And then there's some science behind that too that I looked up. Characters without faces don't perform well. It's a thing. So I went into AI and I said, how can we make this astronaut more, appealing or something? And it's like, well, in order to make, and so then AI told me, like, in order to do something like that, you're going to need an accessory. Like, and it said something about maybe a piece of pizza. And I was like, all right. So the very next day, I drew a piece of pizza just for no reason in the astronaut's hand, and it pied. So it's that's kind of a story of how can you use AI to kind of help you get past the guessing part where you're just guessing and figure out, is there something that we can do with this faceless character to make it more relatable to human beings? Oh, sure, put a piece of pizza in its hand. So that's why there's pizza in his hand. It's funny. You haven't seen them animated? Dude, you got to get over to the new YouTube channel, brother. Like, nah, come on, man. Come on, man. The new YouTube channel will have all the animations on there. Even more coming. We are going to build a tank of daily content, comics, animation, live streams, community. Going to build it all out over on the new YouTube channel. I'm streaming from there right now. But only if you like this stuff, If you don't like it, don't subscribe. But if you're like, wow, those animations are cool, get over there. I think they're putting them out on the Instagram too. You'll see them probably sprinkled around. But yeah, that's what the pies are about. Oh man, I'm not caught up on the chat. Oops. Sorry, I just like to scan for questions because that's why I'm telling you guys, if you're liking the comics, make sure you go over to Instagram and go through and like the comics and comment and stuff like that. Your like is almost a vote for a comic to be made into an animation, and who knows? Like, maybe one little comic strip could turn into a feature film, about the three wise monkeys here. That's how it goes. So we're kind of using data. We're using data to back up our thoughts on things. We can guess all day and night. We can know what characters vibe within the community, but if we're trying to grow the brand, we need to know which ones are vibing with culture, right? By the way, a lot of what I'm saying, I'm going to plug the boss's book. A lot of what I'm saying is in this book as well, and to a certain degree, about taking what's working organically and then knowing that it worked. You've proven that it worked to some extent, and then you can put paying stuff behind it. And it takes a pretty deep dive into like how like big brands, there's charts and graphics and stuff in here. It's pretty dense frameworks for using that. But that's kind of, it's Gary's been talking about a lot of for years in different ways, but it's really putting that book really nicely. So day trading attention, we're putting a lot of that into action. We could probably even do more, to be honest. Like, we need to do more with that. But that data part, I'm glad, I wanted to, for my own purposes, I also want to see what's vibing with the community. But now that we have that data and we track it, it takes away some of the guessing. We noticed that there's like the comics with the human in the first panel having a problem would perform better than the ones that didn't. So then therefore, do we make a rule that's like, or something like, not a rule, not like every comic, but a lot of comics have humans in them that have a problem or a situation. It's not always the VeeFriend that has a problem, or it's not just two VeeFriends talking. Because think about that. In the community of VeeFriends, we know what these characters are. But if somebody's stumbling across this brand for the first time, they're like, why is this what is this monkey? What is this? But they can understand a problem like, help, I'm stuck in my comfort zone, or something like that. Gotta make sure I'm... Oh, no, wrong thing. So yeah, there's a lot of thought that goes behind the comics and whatnot. And there's going to be a lot more, too. There's going to be a lot more thought behind this stuff. Beyond what I'm talking about now. In a lot of ways, we're just getting rolling because we've got all this data now. We see what works, what doesn't work. Not necessarily what doesn't work, but what's not working now. But we can say, like, maybe we iterate on things. We say, we think this was a good comic. Not just because of the likes, but if it had low likes, but it had a lot of comments and a lot of vibe within the community, like a vibe check, then we go like, let's try this again with these characters, right? Like we can, you know, play around a little bit. Right. I'm a nerd about that stuff. Like I said, I came from the marketing world. Megan, what's up? I haven't seen you here in a long time. Roll call. Who's going to Veecon in the chat? Who am I going to see at Veecon? Veecon. Thought Wrong will be there. Megan, are you going to Veecon? I'm not sure. I don't think I've said. Oh, the kids have a better sleep schedule now. Okay. Dom, all right. I'll see you there. See Dom at Veecon. Fanatics Fest? I don't think I'm making it up for that one. Unless they ask me to. I don't think I'm needed there. I thought wrong. It's okay. I got the Q&A thing here is basically just me hanging out doing what I'm doing right now. If there's questions and answers live, that's cool. Sunday I'm gonna make my main presentation. Maybe talk a little bit about my journey into Veecon, from Veecon to working full-time at VeeFriends, and the future of comics will probably be Sunday. Will be my bigger talk, you know, as I'm telling people throughout the weekend, meeting them. I'm gonna say, hey, make sure you come to the 11 a.m. Sunday talk. We'll talk more about the future, what we have planned, and then I'm gonna have these secret chill and draw sessions, which I'll probably be posting about on X. Yeah, I don't know. I've been traveling a lot this year, so we'll see. I don't mind going up to New York to hang out, for sure. Got some goals, though. Got to get ahead on the comic strip, first and foremost. We're working on the comic book as well, so those are things are gonna keep me busy. Got to get ready for New York Comic Con, but for now, VeeCon is this weekend. I'll be flying there tomorrow. I'll be there all weekend hanging out. Hope to see you at VeeCon. Let's do a little Orange versus Green. Season 1. Orange versus Green, let's go. I hope there's a next time, Brandon. I don't know. Everybody hopes there's a next time. There might not be. green. All right, we got a green in Instagram. I'm going to wait for the other chat to catch up. Yeah, we'll have a big booth at New York Comic Con. Okay. All right, going to go now. Ready? Green, 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 orange. Scanning the chats. Green, green, green. Okay, green it is. It's a green day. No pun intended. All right, let's open this up, see what's in there. Take a little mini break. Getting to the end here. I'll be out about at 9:30. Got a big day ahead of us. Intuitive Iguana. Let's just go ahead and open up the other one too. Intuitive Iguana. I like him, but I really like this cat. But let's open up this one just right now. Why not? That'll be 5, right? Yep. I open up 5 per stream usually. Let's see who's hiding in here. I haven't pulled a really good one, like a really rare one in a while. Let's go. That's another Slaying Slug. Got a lot of glow in the darks today. Wow, his eyes are really crazy. Look at this. His eyes like whack. Wow, he's really bonkers. All right, well, we've got some crazy Slaying Slugs here today. They're out of control. Out of control. All right, you know, Boss Bobcat, I think, wins the day. I think. There you go. Helmet said no beat. Yeah, the booth is crazy. Shep. New York Comic Con. Let me see here. Going to do New York for a secret chill and draw? Maybe. Are you in New York, Ladybug? Green is green, Gary says. That's right. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I go up to New York a bunch. Good morning, Michelle. What's up? Michelle, I have your sketch card. I'll see you at VeeCon. I can tease these sketch cards real quick. I gotta have this with me, and tease. I'm just gonna tease real quick. I don't want to fully, you know, I'm just gonna. There's one tease right there. There's another tease right there. Let's see. Oh, can you guess which one this is? So I got a lot. I got a lot of sketch cards to give away out there. Sorry. Thank you for being patient. You know, I don't want to show that one. That one's for someone really special. We got a little burn over here. A little action. All right, I'm going through some of these other ones. I got some I gotta ship too. I gotta, you know. Yeah, I'm not gonna show the rest. Never mind. But they're in there. They're in there. It was fun to do that. I really like doing that. I gotta tone it down a little bit though. We had a little scare last night because Cass messaged me, one of the project managers. She's like, DJ, we have an emergency, a card emergency. We can't find the black cat card for the tournament, card. And they asked me, like, could you redraw it maybe if we can't find it? And then we'll ship it and get it slabbed and all that real quick. And I was like, I was ready. I was ready to go. Emergency, art emergency, I'm there. Let's do it. But they found it. It was in Gary's safe. Crisis averted. and now it's being you might see on Andy's Twitter, he's keeping it with him, hand delivering it. I would have been sad because it's like those fit together perfectly, those two championship cards. Super rare. Gem rating. They're mint gem rating sketch cards too. Wow. Wild. That's right. I think probably Andy was like, God darn it, give it to me and I'll make sure I'm going to lock it up. That's cool. I'm glad people like him. I'm glad I was able to do that. They asked me to do it. They're like, they never want to bother me, I think. They're like, DJ, I know it's impossible, but we don't, if you have time. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it, guys. Let's go. People were like, concerned. Like, we don't want to bother you. We know you're busy with... I'm like, whatever. Come on. How cool is that? How many opportunities will we have to have a cool custom cards trophy sort of thing? Of course I'm going to do it. Of course. Love it. You guys got no idea. I'm like, made to do this. So that's what someone told me. They're like, when I was at the card show, the Cleveland card show, I drew from, I don't know, 11:20 till about 5:50. Thought wrong, you were there. I wasn't expected to do that. Nobody asked me to do that. And I was just like, can I hang out? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, I don't want to be in the way. Like, I don't want to take up a gameplay table or anything like that. But Gary was like, get him out there. Like, if you want to, get him out. Like, he could sense the excitement from people. And I didn't even realize people were like forming a line to get sketch cards. And I was like, all right. But anyway, somebody said to me, like, how many did you draw? And I'm like, I think I drew 8. Full color sketch cards. We looked at them a little bit earlier. Most of them are here. These are the 8 that I drew, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, these are the 8 that I drew at whatever. And I felt really good, like talking, getting to know everybody. And then I'd get up and take a drink of water, stretch my legs, get a selfie with everybody, and then go back to work. Someone's like, man, that was a lot. And I'm like, oh man, that was no idea. Oh, I'm not drawing. I would never try to forge Gary's signature. This is just a squiggle, It's like it's like this is not good character design that you got to put these squiggles on certain characters and over and over again, but it's fun. But yeah, anyway, someone was saying they couldn't believe that I drew that much, and I'm like, that was a short day. 11:20 to 5:50. That's a short day. Oh my goodness. When I used to do Comic Cons, I would draw all day long from like 9 in the morning at the table until 7 o'clock, and then I would also probably have commissions to go back to the room and do. So no partying. I'd be like doing commissions in my hotel room. Back when I had to hustle with that. But I enjoy this way more. Because the other stuff just felt like it was good for the fans, but I wasn't really connected to the fandom, really. So people would come up and say, like, draw me Captain America doing this, and I'm like, all right, sing for my supper. But VeeFriends hits different, so maybe. You heard Gary say VeeFriends are forever. Like VeeFriends are, it's a forever game. People might just blow that off and go, man. But nope. I would not second guess Gary. And then doubly that, I go, I can't believe he does that. I can't believe he stands there all day. He's going to stand in those selfie lines all day. I saw it last year. Saw it happen last year at VeeCon. And I was like, wow, that's impressive. Up in the office once, he had just done a really long live stream. Like, he did like an 11-hour live stream where he didn't leave his office. I was there and I'm like, he hasn't left. He hasn't gone pee or anything. And I told him, I was like, man, I don't know how you do it. How do you not? And I was like, how do you not pee? And he just kind of went, nah. Just kind of was like, you know. And I was like, you would have been a good nurse. That's all. That's the only other occupation I can think of that I know nurses that are like, they have to have a nurse's bladder, they say. Because they're on the floor constantly and they don't have time to pee. So they can go like 12 hours without peeing, which I don't know. It's probably not healthy for your kidneys, guys, but, you know. But don't take medical advice from me. I'm a cartoonist. Don't do that. Or a teacher. That's right. Yeah. Teacher bladder. Teacher's bladder. Yeah, teachers. I've also heard security guards don't go on breaks much. Like real hardcore security, I'm talking. That was my timer to end. Oh. Well, it's been a real joy to hang out on these streams, and I'm going to keep doing it. I talked to someone last week, or Monday. I talked to my old boss at dinner, and he's like, "Are you still doing the weekly stream?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing daily now." And he's like, "Daily?" I'm like, "Yeah. Why not?" When you put it into context of working a job, it's like, how many meetings are you in? And how much time are you just sitting there on a meeting talking about not stuff that's not fun? This is only in 90 minutes. I could keep it going. We could do a 10-hour stream. But I would not be able to not take a break. Let me look at your... Look at your comments here. I missed some of them. Yeah, Michelle's going to be out there at VeeCon. A lot of people are already out there in LA all week. I'm like, oh man, that's a long week to be hanging out in LA, I guess. But unless you have things to do. Appreciate the guys chatting up. We got some other questions. I don't know. I don't know when the cartoon's coming out. I do, but I don't, if that makes sense. You just have to wait very patiently. It's soon, you'll find out. Oh, Michelle says as a bartender server, she doesn't get to pee often at all either. I guess there's a lot of not peeing out there, guys. We gotta pee. That's the lesson for today. You gotta take a break and listen. You don't want kidney stones, trust me. I won't see you at VeeCon either, Craig. Craig, you should have got a package by now. I need to look up the tracking information. Did you get a package, Craig? If you're still there. I'm curious, because man, if it took that long to get to Australia, because you got the cup and some other stuff. Have a great day, Michelle. We'll see you soon. Yeah, definitely, Megan. There's plenty to do in LA for sure. Great. Megan, there's also a new YouTube channel. We've been talking about it on the stream here. VeeFriends.com, YouTube Comics. I'll be streaming a lot from there. I'm going to still do the TikTok thing as long as TikTok's alive, I think. But yeah, new YouTube channel. Get over there, check that out, everybody. Some of these usernames are really hilarious. Yeah, please. I'm gonna, darn, should get there. I was hoping everybody would get their packages by VeeCon, but there you go. Quote: "You gotta pee." DJ Coffman. That's the one thing I give to you. Shep, I'm glad you liked the daily streams, man. Thank you. At some point when I'm really rocking and rolling, I'll probably do a longer stream. That's like a deep work stream. I did a couple of those where I'm not supposed to talk, and I'll get there. I don't know. Maybe we'll have a different camera view or something pointed down at the screen. I don't know. I don't know if anybody would watch that, but can't wait to see some of you at VeeCon. 477 watching right now. Will any of these be live streamed at VeeCon? I don't know. I think Fanatics Live will be live streaming from VeeCon. I probably won't be, just because my setup is strange. But last minute, you can just buy a plane ticket and get out there. Tickets to VeeCon are pretty reasonable right now. YOLO. Be a YOLO yak and get out there. Oh, yep, Landon. DJ gotta pee cough. I don't have to pee right now, but that's my new moniker. Yeah. If you ever need a community mod or anything, let me know. I'm happy to moderate when I can. Maybe as the YouTube channel gets bigger. Right now it's smaller, but it's going to be big. It's going to be a big thing. So I'm sure we might be looking for some help in the future, but not right now. Appreciate that. Appreciate all of you guys. All right, great. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you back here on, what is it? Next week. Let's talk about next week's stream. Monday, no. I'm going to be flying from palm trees to pine trees. Flying from Los Angeles back home. Tuesday, August 3rd. Wednesday, so Tuesday through Friday, I'll be here 8 a.m. to 9:30. Right back here at the drawing board. And talking about recapping whatever, all the adventures we had at VeeCon. I'll see you there. And appreciate you. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you soon. Happy early birthday, Ladybug. Ladybug's birthday is on the 14th. We'll sing happy birthday to you. No stream on the weekends. No stream tomorrow. No, I'm going to be flying tomorrow. Sorry. Dom. No stream tomorrow. I'll be on an airplane. Nobody wants to watch that. And everybody check in on my... if you want to follow some stuff from VeeCon from me, it's hard for me to leave the stream right now. I just want to stay with you guys all day. I'm at DJ Coffman on Instagram and X and Insta. And I'll have my stories and stuff like that. And this is also where I'm going to be posting those chill and draw sessions. So if I find a place to post up, I'm probably bringing these Copics, probably. I gotta decide. And a bunch of drawing supplies, so I'm gonna post up and draw some stuff. I hope to see you there. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.